think I'll do that one. Do, 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 do. It's early for me anyway. Let some more people get in. Morning. I'm just getting stuff set up. So, bear with me. There we go. Do. Set that up to all. All right. I think we're good. I got two things running here. That way I can see comments. Two things, two phones. That's what I meant. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. I'll let some more people get in here. Hang on a sec here. Do. Okay, thought so. Man, sometimes phones don't want to cooperate. Let me try this again. Do. All right, I think I got it. All right, I think I got it. Morning. I'm just setting this up so I can see comments on another device. So bear with me for a second. Do. Nope. Okay. We're getting there. We are getting there. Let's see. Man, it just doesn't want to work good. Morning, everybody. Bear with me for a sec here. I am just setting some stuff up. Hopefully it'll work. All right, I think we're good. Okay. Cool. Hopefully everyone's doing good. Bright and early on a Saturday morning. I wanted to have some fun because I've got a bunch of blocks of wood that I wanted to do something with. So I'm going to turn them. I've got a piece of cherry, of course, because I always have cherry. A block of maple. I've got another block of cherry. This one, not Not 100% sure yet. So this is the edge of a burl, a cherry burl right there. So I'm going to do something with this. I've also got this larger square chunk of walnut. I'm probably going to, I don't know. It's quarter sawn walnut. It's really nice stuff. Maybe I'll turn it into a Christmas tree or something just for fun, because why not? One of the ones that I've been really looking forward to, and I did this a little while back, but haven't gotten to it yet, is this piece here. So this is a small piece of a cherry burl. And what I did with this one is I, well, kind of cheated and stabilized it, but I stabilized it using CA glue. So let me see if I can kind of bring that into the light a little bit more. There we go. Anyway, so I kind of stabilized this with CA glue. You can see some of the shiny stuff there, and it's been sitting for a while. I'm going to try and turn this into a ring to fit my finger. I want to see if this will come out, if it'll hold together, or if it's going to blow apart, because you never know. So that's going to be a really interesting one to see if I can get it to work. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So we shall see. So if you're in here, really appreciate it. Remember, double tap that screen or hit that like button, and that will help. That helps kind of share this with everybody. And then if you like what you see today, or if you've been in the channel before, then you can hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps channel out a lot. Or you can grab a membership too, because the memberships just help support the channel in terms of funds for buying wood and that sort of stuff, because realistically it's all comes back into the shop either through wood or tools. So any of that is greatly appreciated. So I'm going to turn this camera a bit. I just got to see, hang on a second here. All right. Cool. Do I want to hear a joke? Sure. I like jokes. What is it? Why not? Santa. Really? It's funny, but that's horrible. Like, that's horrible. Okay. I'm going to aim this around so everybody can see what I'm doing. There we go. And that works. Give me 1 second here. All right, let's see. Hang on a sec. I'm going to spin something around. All right, almost there. I'm just re-aiming the camera for you guys so you get a bit of a better view. So bear with me for 1 second. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Hopefully that works for everybody. Yeah, it captures it pretty good, I think. All right, so I'm going to chuck this piece up. We're going to start with this cherry one. I don't know exactly what I'm going to make with it yet, but I'm thinking maybe some sort of Christmas ornament or something, because why not? It's that time of year, so let's do it. All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that works. All right, now I'll turn this thing, make sure it's not going to knock me out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, time to get the mask on. because I really don't want this thing injuring me and clocking me in the face. So I'm going to put on the helmet. And then we are going to get turning on this thing and have some fun. All right. I think we're good. So I'm going to start out by using this rough and gouge here. So this rough and gouge, this thing was sent to me, as you can see here, by Find Buy Tool. And it is a, well, I mean, it looks backwards, but hang on, or upside down. There we go. Let's see if that works better. So it was sent to me by Find Buy Tool. These gouges are absolutely amazing. So they sent me this rough and gouge. They sent me this negative rake. And they sent me this one, which I really love, which is a skew. These are bigger ones too. So if you're looking for any of those things, in the description of the video, you can find a link to go to their site and pick this stuff up. As well, you'll find a whole bunch of other links in there too to some other awesome sponsors with some great products. And there's also some discount codes in there too. All right. So without further ado, let's get this thing going. Now this one's got some splits in it. I did reinforce a little bit with CA glue. So we're going to see if it holds. All right, we're going to gradually turn this speed up. RPM, I'm running just over 1200 right now. Just over. As I round it out, though, I'll turn the RPM up. And then once I got it completely round, then I'm going to put the rough and gouge down. And I will likely switch, I think, to either my bowl gouge or maybe a carbide. I haven't decided yet. Let's see how close we're getting around. See, we're getting close, which is good. Remember, double tap that screen, hit that like button. Really, really helps the stream and kind of blasts it out to everybody so that everybody can tune in. Getting a little bit of tear out from those cracks, but I was kind of waiting for that. I was kind of anticipating that. All right, so we're almost there. I'm going to end up rounding out a little bit closer to the chuck here, but I'll use the bowl gouge for that. But we're getting there. Let's see. See, there's that crack right there. But we're kind of getting past it, so that's good. And then I'm going to start shaping this thing. All right, so we're going to put the rough and gouge away. I'm going to pull out the bowl gouge. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull out the square carbide just so I can get that back end a little bit more. All right, let's see that. Beautiful. Now, actually, one thing I've been wanting to try, I have not tried it yet with the skew, so why not do it live? I want to see if I can actually put this on the top and use the skew to shape this. Let's give this a try. Let's see how it does. So I'm going to kind of put this towards the top a bit. Maybe a little bit lower. What I'm going to try to do is I want to try to shave it down. We're going to see how that works. Because why not? Actually, it does work pretty good. That's actually pretty cool. Skew is evil. It's not bad. It's how you use it, right? Now, I'm not a master at it by any means. But it seems to be working pretty good. Yeah. I like it. Okay. Take my square carbide. I'm going to shave this down a little bit, although I'm not going to have the tool rest up that high because that's not a good idea. I know I'm going to make this some sort of Christmas ornament probably, but I don't exactly know. So we're just going to roll with it. And I don't know, we're going to make something. We'll just have to see what it is. What I'll probably do is on that little nib right there, I'm going to drill. I might drill a hole through it. I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous about that splitting, to be honest. But I don't know. We're just going to have fun with it. So anyways, remember, if you're in here, double tap that like screen. Don't forget to do that. Helps the channel out a lot. Let's see if this helps. Nope. All right. See if I can shape this a bit more with the bowl gouge. You know what? I'm going to take that skew and I'll try and curve this in a little bit, make like this, like a little ball at the top or something. Let's try that first. Nah, I like the bowl gouge better. All right, let's do it. Let's try it this way. Because the bowl gouge, this is one that I know more than the skew. Have more practice with it. Get this out of the way. The one thing I can say that helps really well is sharp tools. I just sharpened these. I went live yesterday, and I sharpened them right afterwards. So that way they'd be good to go for the day. Looking good so far. Still don't know what it's going to be. But I'm still thinking some form of Christmas ornament. But who knows? Mm-mm-mm. Let's put another little thing here. Ooh. Moved it a little bit too close. That's fine. That is totally my bad. Fortunately, that little catch didn't ruin my edge. a little curve. Only 10 likes. Let's light up that thumb. Let's get this up to like 100. Mm-hmm. So now I'm getting right down to the chuck. So this is where I'm really gonna start taking my time. I want to shave this right down if I can do it. Mm-hmm. That's looking pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, that is looking pretty cool. It's got some cool character to it. So I think I am going to drill a hole here, but I'm going to do it really freaking carefully because I've got this crack that you see right there. It goes through right to the other side. So I'm probably going to inject a little bit of CA glue and sawdust into that, I think, before I drill a hole. Mm-hmm. All I'm doing right now is just rounding this off so it's not so sharp. It's looking pretty cool, though. I'm digging it. I'll do it from this side. Yeah, a little deeper. All right. Lots of people watching. That's amazing. Just don't forget to hit that like button. That's what really helps the stream. Yeah, I was waiting for that. All good. Just got to get rid of that little line in there. That's pretty good. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's see how this looks. Not bad. I got to smooth that out a little bit, but we are definitely getting there. One of the things I wanted to try kind of put a little bit of decoration into it. Really nice. Actually, while we're here, all right, we're still tight. Good. Do not want that thing flying off. That's pretty good. It's definitely going to need some sanding, though. So my goal was to try and make sure it didn't need very much sanding. But I'm going to try and see if I can minimize some of the need for sanding. Let's get some of this cherry sawdust here and try and burnish it a little bit. Just got to get a handful. That really is a pretty cool figured decoration. So I do like that. So now I'm going to try and see if I can get some sawdust into these cracks. And then we're going to put a bit of CA glue in. All right, that works pretty good. Now, I got to see if I got some of my thin tips. Perfect, found some. So I'm going to put some CA glue in to these little pockets here. Hey, Andre, how are you? Just got to try not to glue my fingers together. And this is thinner stuff. So it's going to soak in a bit more, which is good. Mm-hmm. Personally, I love the idea of having cracks in there because, and maybe it's just me, but it adds character to it. Hey, Jim, how are you? How you doing? Mm-mm-mm. Beautiful. Jim, thank you for popping in, man. I hope you don't mind. I just made you a moderator in here, too. Really appreciate it. All right. So I think we're going to probably need to give that a minute to settle. This cherry got it, gets tarot and whatnot to it. So I'm going to take my carbide. You got a job, LOL. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do anything. I just figured out why not. So I'm going to use my my detail carbide in here, because I want to try and get this side to a little bit more of a point, and I want to be able to round this off a little bit. Hey, no worries, man. Appreciate you being in here. All right. We're going to give that CA a little bit more time to dry. So this is probably sketchy, but I think it works. So I would say if you're not incredibly comfortable with this, with a lathe, like don't do something like this right away. So that is the dried CA glue. Oh, dude, and we're all we're all getting better. None of us are perfect. I will absolutely attest to that for myself. I am far from that, but getting better, having fun, and really that's what it's all about. All right, I'm gonna back this up a little. All right, a little more. Mm-hmm. All right, I need to get this bowl gouge in a little bit. Doesn't move the sketch needle. Hey, that's fair. Dude, Mike, and for everybody in here, if you want to see some really cool stuff, go to the Whack and Shacks channel. Mike, he does do some, I guess what we call sketchy stuff, but it's like he's really good at it. He beats the hell out of me, but he's really good at it. So you want to see some cool stuff? Definitely check him out. Okay, we're getting there. All right, before I take that down any further, see, it's got little bits of tear out here almost, but that's fine. I'm going to try to get rid of that. I'm going to back this out. So I'm going to be very careful with this part, but I want to put a hole right through the top. Yeah, he is. Oh, he is absolutely fearless. Plan to get some shop time, Turner and ornament. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Absolutely do it if you can. All right. Let's do this. Little drill bit. That one works. All right. So for this, I don't want tear out. So I'm going to do this, put some tape over it, and I'm going to hope that this works. Okay, so there's the split. So we're going to go down from there. Just going to get my punch. Really hoping I don't break this thing, but who knows? I could. Okay, there's the starter. Okay, fingers crossed. Watching me to boost your confidence. I appreciate that, buddy. I really do. All right. Time to pray. It didn't break. Oh my God, it didn't break. So I didn't brace it with scrap underneath because I put the live end in it to hold it on that side. But look at that, nice and clean. That's exactly what I wanted, because then you can hang it up or put a string through it. So I just had it exactly like that to give it a little bit of support. So, and it worked. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to try and round that a little bit now. Oh, I guess I should probably put that in all the way, like where it was. I had to be very careful because this live end could split this thing in half easily. Now that should have smoothed it out. Oh yeah, very nice. Okay, let's see if I can sand this a bit. Hey, Hem, how are you? Okay, I want to see if I can sand this out a bit. And let's see if I can get rid of some of that roughness. I'll just take it off of there because I'm not going to be able to use this bit. It's a little bit too small. Dark, shiny finish. Brass wire. That would be cool. So I don't remember if I have any brass left. Don't think I can embed it in this one, but that would be really cool. Here's where I got to be careful because I don't want to lose a finger on the chuck. That would suck. All right, so I want to see if that's making a difference. Oh, yeah. Dude, this is like this. Yes, this is a nicer piece of wood. But when I first started turning, the main thing that I turned was pine, and it was just scrap stuff. Right now, I'm going years back because like I used the wood lathe for years, and then I got rid of it because I just had stopped using it. And then it's not until like the last year or so I decided to get back into it. And actually, the reason I got back into it was because of Mike at the Whackin' Shack and Ryan at 77 Rockets. They're the ones who convinced me to go out and get a lathe. And so they're the reason I did it. But I am very happy I did it. I'll be safe, don't worry. Don't worry about that. I actually, believe it or not, for my full-time job, I'm actually a health and safety guy. That's my profession. That's what I went to school for and everything. So for me, I kind of have to. I've got to try and live the part, right? Like what I say, because I also teach, and so what I say, I got to actually follow it myself too. Ryan just hit 40K. Yeah, I think it was a day or two ago. He was at like 40,400 already. Like, dude he's doing insanely good on his channel. So, Yeah, for everybody in here, um, channels to check out. 77 Rockets Woodworking. His name's Ryan. Awesome woodworker, turner. Um, Mike at the Whack and Shack. Another great channel. Soldier, you got videos in your channel too? I haven't looked, but I want to go look. But do you have videos on there? All right, that's actually looking pretty cool. Okay. So one thing I'm going to do really quick, I got to stand the end of this. Actually going to use a bit of a rougher grit. Where are you? There we go. $30 now? Okay, nice. Soldier, I'm going to go check out your channel afterwards. So everybody in here, make sure you go check out Soldier's channel too. It's Jim. Make sure to go check out his channel. And Jim, I'm going to do that after I'm all done this live today. All right, let's see how that looks now. That's better. And I like the like subtle imperfections. So I'm going to take this part down to a point, and then essentially it's going to be parted right off of here. Went to school for business and minor in human resource administration. You substitute teach, you write and whatnot. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, I went to school for occupational health and safety. So which is HR, human resources. But with human resources, right, you go one of two ways. It's HR or it's safety. So I just went the safety route. Well, that's really cool. All right. We're getting like right in there. Dude, it doesn't have to be fancy making videos, man. I'm not a pro at it either. I just got used to using the tools. Okay, so I got to turn this down. Because as I part this with this tool, it's going to want to like fly at me. So I'm trying to sand in here a little bit first. Mm-hmm. Woo! It didn't fly at me. Hell yeah, that's a win. Oh, look at that. That's actually pretty cool. So I'm going to sand this a little bit. I'm going to take this over my oscillating sander. 1 second. Get this down to where I want it. I probably could have taken the tip off, but it's almost like a completely wood bottle stop. I hope that simple projects you do around the shop inspire somebody to try doing stuff for themselves. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely, it will. Any of those small projects, it will absolutely inspire people, and that's a big part of the goal, right? I enjoy this, but I mean, Mike and Ryan inspired me to get back into wood turning. I guess not just Mike and Ryan. Another great channel, Benjamin Winkle, BW Wood Turning, and he's got his channel is really something. He's a pro turner. He's like I think it's a production turner, but he does a really good job. That is super cool. Thanks. Appreciate that. All right. I'm going to do this one with a little bit of a tried and true wood finish. Let's see how this one comes out. Hang on. I'll move this a little. All right. So I'm using some of this stuff. So I've got a lot of different finishes. This is always one of my favorites, tried and true original. It's a linseed oil and beeswax. But what this does to a piece is amazing. It just makes it pop. So we're going to get a bunch of this put on here. And then this one it'll have to dry. But that's okay. It's not gonna take much for this one to dry. One thing you got to be careful with this stuff, like a lot of other oils, is it is spontaneously combustible. So I keep my rags and whatnot outside after I use them. In any case, look at that. We got the hole in the top and everything. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Benjamin Winkle, he does really, really good stuff. So for any of you in here, you want to see some really good wood turning, go check him out. Look at that. Like, look at the grain and everything in it. That's really nice. I'm a fan. So I'm going to set this one to the side and then get all this oil off my hands. And we're going to move on to the next one. Dana, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. All right. So let's put that back on. All right. I'm thinking about turning this one next. What do you think? This is a piece of 8-inch, and I think it's about 1 3/4 inch square walnut. What does everyone in here think? Put some of these tools away. This one I think I'm going to turn into a Christmas tree. Because why not? So and the cool part is, and I have this cherry left, and it's got a part of burl in it. I can turn this into a ring. So I'm a fan. Perfect. All right. Walnut is such a beautiful wood. This one will be fun. All right, time to switch out the tool rest. Go to the bigger one. Hey, Richard, how are you? All right, let's see. Such a beautiful piece of walnut. Okay, let me move this back over. That way you can see. There we go. So look at that. So this is an 8-inch block of quarter sawn walnut. A ring cutter from Timu, not sketchy at all. That's funny. So I am going to turn a ring afterwards. I'm going to use this. So this is actually a ring mandrel. And I started making rings quite a bit ago, so I got a pretty good system down. But I've got this artificially stabilized cherry burl that I'm going to turn it into a ring to fit my finger, because why not? So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited to see how that does. Okay. All right. Let's get this one fired up. We're going to round it off first. Hey, Mike, how are you? I know I didn't catch the rest of your live last night because family stuff and kids. I had to go build Lego. But that was looking pretty cool, man. You really scored with somebody leaving that freaking countertop there for you to use. What lathe is this? This is made by a company called Craftex. It's the Canadian version of Grizzly, basically. Right? So it's a pretty good lathe. It's a 12-inch by 18-inch long. So it's an okay, they call it a midi lathe, M-I-D-I. It's an okay lathe. It's a little underpowered for some of the bowl stuff, but that's okay. We make it work. All right, let's see how that's rounding out. Midi lathe, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's actually not a bad little lathe. It cost me about, I think it was like $500 for it. So it's not that bad, really. Look at that. I love maple, or I love walnut. Okay. Let's turn that speed up a bit. All right, let's see how that's looking. Oh, yeah, look at that. We got a walnut tube. We're getting there. Price was right. Absolutely, price was right on this thing. I would love to upgrade it, but and I've looked around at upgrading it. Reality, why? This one works for me. So I don't really man, stuff's messy. I don't really have a need to upgrade it. It would be great maybe down the road, but yeah. So again, so this is the Craftex 12-inch by 18-inch. If you're doing small stuff, little bowls, rings, decorations, pens, that sort of stuff, this lathe is perfect. So it'll do a 12-inch diameter bowl. So it's essentially about 6 inches from center to just below the just above the bed. So you can turn a 12-inch bowl challenge with this lathe is this lathe's only 3/4 horsepower, so it's still powerful enough, and you can change the belt in the back of it when you're doing bigger stuff. So it does work really good for it. But if you're going to do bigger stuff, you definitely need a more powerful lathe than this one. But with that said, I mean, I'm turning a big chunk of walnut right now, and it's doing just fine. So I'm really just rounding it out right now. That's pretty smooth. Remember, double tap that screen if you're in here. That helps out the channel a lot. Or like it, whichever way works. Greatly appreciated. And grab a subscription if you want. Subscribe to the channel if you like videos and content like this. I try to do live turnings like this about once a week or so, and then I'll have some other videos coming out. Plus, December 4th, I'm doing a webinar for Canadian Woodworking and Home Improvement Magazine. So if you go to my homepage, you'll see the post there with a link if you want to register into the webinar and everything. All right, so it's completely free, but I think it's going to be fun. And it's only about an hour long, so you don't have to subscribe to the magazine or anything like that. All right, Chicago lathe from Harbor Freight. That's cool. Yeah, Grizzly. I do like Grizzly. This one. And so here's the thing. Grizzly tools, Craftex tools, and probably like 10 to 15 other brands, they're actually all made by the same company. They just put different labels on them. I believe even some of the Harbor Freight ones are made by the same company that makes Grizzly and Craftex. So Grizzlies are really nice. Jet, they're really nice as well. But again, you can look at the Jet and look at the Grizzly or the upgraded Craftex one, which is that one's the one in Canada, and they look identical. The only difference is the label on the front. So, all right. So, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the skew. I'm going to see, I'm going to shape down the front of this. So I'm going to make this one a Christmas tree, I think. And skew may not be the best tool for this, but we're going to give it a try. I want to take this and kind of shape it down. See how shiny that the skew gets it when you ride the bevel? Like, look at that. You barely need to sand that. That's the goal of using any of these traditional tools, is to make the tool ride the bevel of it, or make the piece ride the bevel. Post on a community page. Yeah, Jim, how can I send them to you? So I've got them as a post. Do you have an email address on your channel? Bauer's one of those? Yeah, I think the Bauer's very similar. All right, so I'm going to do this one as a tree. So I'm going to start kind of shaving it down on angles. Oh, your screen name at gmail.com? Okay. Drop this down a bit. I just realized that I left it up. 64 likes. Let's bring that up. I'm going to see if I can taper this down right from this side all the way to a point at that end. Oh, left me a message? Oh, sweet. Oh, my ultra cool website? Haha, thanks. I appreciate that. I actually designed that website myself. And I am not a web guy. So I had a lot of help from a site builder. But it was actually pretty fun to do. So I appreciate that. Customer service for insurance, I hate it. I think originally I was going to start an Etsy, and I think I also wanted to be able to sell stuff on a website. So I think that was one of the reasons why I started it. It was like 2 years ago now that I started it. But I just never went as far with it as I thought. Okay, so I'm hoping this is going to start looking better than what it does. I know it's hard to tell what it is right now, but bear with me. I think I'm getting there. You know what? I got an idea. I'm going to take this rake. That's exactly what it's for. Okay, so I'm kind of getting the shape of it. I mean, I'm getting there. Do I have a chat bot on my site? I don't even remember if I do. Oh, I took your message. Okay. Hey, thanks so much, Jim. I appreciate that. Okay. So now, let's see. I'm going to mark this. So I'm going to take a pencil and mark where I want these tapers to be. So if you can see that, that's where I'm gonna taper each of them in. All right, I can't put it down to a point yet, but whew, hard on the hands. We're getting there. Well, it's not going to be the best looking Christmas tree, but it's still pretty cool. Yeah, it works. All right. Yeah, we're going to cut it somewhere around there. Okay. So now I'm going to take my diamond carbide off and I'm put my square one on. And then I'll put the diamond one back on afterwards. But now I'm going to shape it down at the bottom here for a stem and a base. Or stem, it's a tree. So a trunk. sure it's not chewing it away too bad. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to use a parting tool just to mark the base. But we're not parting it yet. Hi, buddy. What do you think? Huh? Christmas tree. Yep. What's that? What did you say? Did you say the F-bomb?
I didn't swear.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't the actual
Oh, well, you're on camera. My son just came in. He says hi. Okay. All right, now I'm going to use the detail card right here, and I'm just going to kind of dig these up on a little bit of an angle.
I like this
And thanks, buddy.
I was actually watching live inside.
Oh, were you? Huh? Thanks, buddy. Giving it a little bit of depth. Hey, Dan, how are you? All right, almost there.
You should cut out a star shape with a little claw on the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and you should drill a tiny hole. That way you can put a
So that way I can what?
Put the star on the tree.
Huh?
So what you do, you cut the star shape with the cone at the bottom on a bandsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Then you drill a hole into it at the bottom. That way, like the thickness
Shit.
of that.
Cracked.
Oh.
Got a little crack. That's okay. We'll see, buddy.
But then you could fit it on top, and it would act like a.
It's a neat idea. What's that? Oh, good morning. Love you, buddy. How you doing, Dan? Oh, I got to. There we go. Now I can see. So I am. I was doing a Christmas tree, like a little thing that stands up. I didn't quite get the angles right, but that's okay. But it looks like I'm gonna have to fill in a little crack that I got, which is okay. I was wondering about that because I knew it had a little bit of a crack in it before. Good stuff. That's awesome, Dan. Good stuff. I really only care about the crack down here because the top part of that's getting cut off. So. But still getting some a little bit of tear out on these edges. So I'm gonna have to figure that out, but that's all right. That is all good. Mahamaler. I hope I said that right. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Remember to hit that like button and whatnot. Helps the channel out a lot if you can do that. Same with subscribing. All right, so let's see what I can do with actually put this edge in. A little bit of support. There we go. Let's see how I can do with I'm gonna sand this down a bit. Oh, gotta find my sandpaper though. Here we go. I want to see if I can get rid of some of these nasty edges. Johnny, how are you? So for this one, maybe this will help. Put some sawdust inside here. That way I can kind of wrap it up a little. All right, let's see how that did with some of the rough parts. So it did all right. I got a couple of parts here. I need to shave them in a little bit more, on a bit more of a curve. That's better. Alusky, how are you? Morning, Ryan. How you doing, buddy? All right. So that is one we gotta hit. A little bit more on this one. Well, that's looking a bit better. So now I'm going to taper this one down, and I think I'm going to cut the nib pretty much right off of it. I'll get this base sanded down first. Really awkward to get sandpaper in here. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. Just plan for this morning was to just have some fun. Perfect. I want to put a bit of a chamfer on it. All right, that's pretty good. Get a little bit more right in there. Because in that CA that I had to add in, looks like I got most of it. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead, taper this down so we can trim off the tailstock, or take it off the tailstock rather. We're getting there. Well, we got it to the tip, which is perfect. I had a feeling it was going to kind of blow out like that a little bit, but that is okay. Take my coping saw here, and this is not a tree ornament, so this is to stand up. So now we're just going to clean that up a bit. Hopefully not blow it apart. Actually, I'll do it this way. Okay. Now we just gotta all right. Take a mask off now. And all right, let's move this out a little bit. All right, hang on. Fresh piece. you know, see if I can do this, but I want to curve it a bit more. That's a bit better. Weird. Back for a few. Hey, Jim. Thanks. Just trying to finish it up here. I'm going to finish it while it's on here, and then I'll part it. This one definitely took a lot longer than I anticipated, but I've also never made a tree, so it is what it is, right? 3 more likes and we're at 100. Come on, everyone. Double tap that screen. It really, really helps brother out. Oh, thanks, Open Up. That's not quite what it is, but if that's what you want to go with, sure. And everybody in this community who knows of Mr. Mike Wilson is currently at a big show right now, and I think he's doing pretty good. So keep your fingers crossed for him that he sells out all his stuff, because I think he's going to do freaking awesome. He's been busting his arse for weeks on this stuff, but I think he's going to do great. All right, so I think we're pretty good. Finish for this. I am going to actually, I'm going to back to my tried and true finish, I think, for this, because I absolutely love what it does for walnut. So that's what we're going to do for this finish. But I am going to do this one on here because it's going to be much easier. We're just going to kind of dab it on and turn it manually and go from there. I freaking love how this stuff does with walnut. I mean, all these finishes will do good. This finish is one of my favorites whenever I use walnut. And I have walnut. I don't use it that often, but yeah, he is absolutely good people, Jim. And I think he is doing well. I've talked to him a little bit this morning. I was talking to him last night. So I think he's doing good. It's been a lot of work. as anybody who does like woodworking shows and that sort of stuff, it's not an easy thing to do, either the show or getting ready for it. So, and some shows are hit and miss. I mean, the show that me and my daughter did in November uh, was a complete flop, but they're not all like that, right? No idea what I'm looking at. This is it's hard to tell right now, but it will be a Christmas tree made out of walnut. So this will be one that stands up. So that's the top of the tree. This is the base. Once I got the finish all on here, and I'll kind of buff it in a little bit, then I'll part the bottom, so you'll be able to tell a little bit easier. And I suspect my family might suggest painting the top of this green. I don't know, but who knows? It's walnut. I just hate to do that to walnut. But personal opinion, I guess. All right. So there is our finish. How's everyone else doing this fine Saturday morning? What got me into woodworking, if that's what I call it? So this is wood turning. I do a lot of woodworking stuff as well. I've just been into it since I was a kid. Really, there's not much more to it than that. My father was into it, and he, when we were younger, the house that we were in, he built the house. So he was always in the shop working with tools. So I used to like to go in there as well, much like my son does with me now, coming in my shop here. So that's kind of what it was. Did one craft show, disaster, did well at farmers markets. So I've actually, my daughter and I, we sell stuff together because she does crocheted stuff. She's 17. So she does crocheted stuff, and then I do the woodworking stuff. So we kind of do it together. The farmers markets, we have done better than a craft show. But what we're going to do next year is, Joe, how are you? A little airbrush. Wait, airbrush is not working right now. I have to actually get it cleaned. So yes, totally hear you. That would look really cool. In any case, so now what we're looking at right now is we're putting just kind of getting all our stuff together, because next summer there's a massive show about 40 minutes north of us that's 3 days long, and it takes up an entire fairgrounds outside, and it's like $1,200 for a vendor spot to get in for the weekend. But there's a lot of people that go to it. It's in an area north of me called Muskoka, and some of you may have heard of it, but Muskoka it's like the rich people part. It's where all the, like, it's full of celebrities' cottages and all sorts of stuff, because it's Muskoka is like all water, all fresh water, right? So in any case, lots of traffic up there. It's like, what the heck is going on? Good. Now it's not an adult thing. It's a Christmas tree. I know it looks weird from the side, right? Like it could be so many things. I know. You just woke up, Joe. Nice. Hey, big dog. Max, what's going on? How are you? All right. I am almost there. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I think we can part it now. Cool. All right. Yeah, give me a sec. Let me just sand the bottom of this so she's nice and smooth. All right, let's put a little bit of oil on it. Yeah, I'm in Canada. So in on Ontario. So heard the accent? That's a weird part because I don't feel like I have an accent, but I totally get that because people who are not from here might talk different. Okay. Okay, so this is pretty much done, but hopefully it'll give you a bit of a better idea now. It's a really weird looking Christmas tree. I didn't get all of the angles right, but that's okay. And it actually goes up underneath, so there's a little bit of depth to each one of these. So I thought it was pretty cool. I just happen to have this chunk of walnut, and I just wanted to make something from it. So that's that. And then let's have a look at this other piece. So first one I made was a Christmas ornament for those of you who are in here now. And I used basically it's like a heavily figured cherry because it was the edge of a log where it had a burl. But looks really cool. Managed to get the hole and everything drilled in it. This one, same thing, finished with tried and true. So yeah, it's a beautiful green. Thanks, Max. I absolutely love the green in this. It's got so much character to it. So anyway, so that's the one. And then this is the other. So now I'm going to try one more. Oh man, my it's loose. Sorry, my tool rest mounts a little loose. No way, what? No way, what? What? All right, let's get this out of here. Ah. Huh. Very good. Okay. Just got to find my Allen key. And then we're going to get this off because we're not going to need this one right now. There we go. And then put my other chuck on. Because I think this time, so what I'm going to do is going to turn a ring. This is one that I really want to try. I've been wanting to try for a little bit. And it is this chunk of cherry burl that I stabilized. So that's what I want to try. So we're going to shove it in here. And we're going to turn this thing. A pain in the arse to get in here, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, that works. Why not? All right. Tighten this down. Wow. Yeah, thankfully he did survive. Okay. Whew. All right. So I'm going to switch this out a little bit. So I'm going to drill a hole in the center. And some of you probably seen me do a ring before. Some of you may not have, but it is actually pretty cool. It's a bit of a process. Now, when I say a ring, I'm talking doing a ring with no metal core. It is literally wood inside to out. So that's the part that I like about it. So for that, I've got to drill a hole down the center because then we're going to bore it out, right? And we're going to do it precise. And I want to hope that this thing's going to hold. Like this block here is going to hold. I'm very hopeful. All right. Ooh, she's smelly. So this thing, I infused it with CA glue to almost artificially stabilize it because I wanted to try this with it. So we're going to see how this goes. So I've got a precise boring tool. I'm going to use this. So this, I'm going to bore this out to be a specific ring size. And what I'm doing, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm going to do this for my finger, okay? So take a digital caliper, one of these ring sizers. And I'll kind of show you how I do this. But I'm going to go like this. And get the inside diameter. Okay, so that's pretty good there. So we are 20.25 millimeters. So that's what the inside of this needs to be. So now I'm going to leave my caliper set, and you can see how much wider it needs to be. So gradually what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this over here. See, that goes right through the center, right? But this shifts to the side. So gradually what I'm going to do with my Allen key is I'm essentially going to be ever so slightly, I'm going to be turning this way, which will actually take this whole thing and shift it up. Go from there. That is a big hole. It is really cool how it works. And it does it really clean. It's got a carbide cutter on it. Okay, so now we'll turn it a few rounds here. And now we're going to push it back in again. Okay, we're going to do this once more. You have one of these now? It's a freaking awesome tool if you want precision for doing a center hole. And they're dirt cheap on Amazon too. Like they don't, I think this was like 17 bucks. It's not that much at all. Okay, let's check with our caliper. We're still a little ways away because I got fat fingers. So we're going to keep going, and hopefully we got enough of a side shift on this. If not, we'll have to move our bit. But I don't think we'll have to. Anyways. So it's taken off about a 16th to an 1/8 of an inch each pass. So with this, you just got to take your time, because if you don't get the inside right, then there's no point in doing a ring to begin with. Well, we're getting there. Oh, man, I haven't even pushed all the way through the back. Whoops. Guess I should do that. I just realized that. There we go. Now let's check it. Now we're right through. That's good. Still got a bit more to go. So hopefully I got enough space to shift it. I'm actually going to move that back one because I want to be precise with this. All right, let's see how we are now. Little bit more. Okay. So we're going to give it one more turn. Now we'll see how it does. Hey, Rob, how are you? Hey there, from Brazil. Thanks for popping in. All right, we're almost there. So we got to go a little bit more. So we're going to go one more revolution on our boring tool. See if that's enough. Oh, freaking had an Allen key fall out. Too much vibration. That's all good. Okay, so we should be bored out enough now. Hey, Johnny, how are you? And everybody else, is awesome that you're all in here. Really, really appreciate that. Remember to double tap that screen and hit that like button. We're doing a ring made from a stabilized cherry burl. All right, there we go. So we got a little bit of space on the inside, and that is exactly what we want. And the reason we want the space is because we have to, we've got to add, maybe, yeah, we got to add some CA glue to the inside of this. And the reason we need to add some CA glue to it is we've got to solidify the inside, and we also kind of want to make it waterproof a little bit. So take this out of here just so you can see. So this is just wax paper stuck onto the back because I stabilized this. So what I'm going to do now because we're definitely going to put some CA in it, I think, because I don't trust that it's not going to break apart when I try to shave this thing round. But I'm likely just trying to find a side here. I'm probably going to take this over to my bandsaw quickly, and I think I'm going to trim it down, because if you look at this, it's really wide, way too wide for a ring. So give me a second here. I'm going to see how this will do for trimming it down. It should do okay. Fingers crossed. But I guess we'll see. Oh, hang on. Help if I lock my fence in place. All right, let's try that. So bear with me for a second. Whoa. Oh, man. Look at that. It's actually held together pretty good. And it's probably because I did infuse it with the CA. So now I have this, which I'm going to keep this as a backup in case this one gets screwed up. I can cut another one. So that's freaking perfect. Okay. So this is where I'm going to have to be very careful. I don't need to put a lot of pressure on this, but perfect. So I'm going to sand the inside of this. We're going to sand the inside, and then I'm going to treat it with some CA glue, much like we do a regular CA glue finish. Okay, so let me see if I can kind of roll this a bit, because I really don't want to stick my finger in there. Okay. I think that's pretty good. So now, we're going to try we're going to do a little bit of a CA finish on the inside of this before we take it out of here. And when we take it out, it is going to go into a ring mandrel, which if you haven't seen it before, I'll show it to you so you know exactly what it is. You'll have a pretty good idea. It looks good from there. Nice. I think this should be pretty good. That's the idea, to give it a coat to help hold it together, and to give it a little bit of durability. Because keep in mind, so this CA will essentially help almost waterproof it, if you will. Okay, so that is pretty good. Now let's take it out of here. So now we're done with that. So we don't need that anymore. So I just gotta grab my thing to get out of here. Hey, water dog, how are you? Okay. Now we switch over to this nice little jig. Love this thing. It works really, really well. Super easy to use too. And you just put your live end on the backside, and you're good. Now, the only thing with this is you got to make sure you have the right bushing. So these ones are too small. So we're going to switch it over to the larger set of bushings. So these things here, I got all these from, it's ringsupplies.com, I believe it is. Awesome people to deal with, though. So, all right, let's see if I need the medium or the large. I'd prefer the medium ones, I think. So we'll put that there. And this. And this. Yeah, hopefully this will be enough. Hopefully it'll hold it good. All right, I think that'll work. Now we're going to put in our little tiny tool rest. Little tiny. And for this, I will definitely use the carbide for this because it's very fine detail, and I like the carbide for that. Okay, cool. And I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to use the square tip carbide. All right. So while I'm doing that with all of you in here, I really appreciate all of you watching. But don't forget to double tap that screen and hit that like button. Grab a subscription to the channel if you like what you see. Hopefully you do. And if you want to go even further and support the channel a little bit and grab a membership, there's some cheap ones in there. And really it goes to help supporting tools and materials and all that fun stuff. Okay. So I think we're good. We're good to go on the outside. So I'm going to put my mask back on here because I don't know if this thing's going to want to fly into my face if I catch it wrong. Hopefully not. And let's get this fun thing turned. I knew it. I knew it. I think it already split. Yeah, look at that. You see that? I knew this burl was going to be a bit more fragile, but I wanted to see how it would do. Anyway, so if you have a look, where'd it go? Right there. See the split? So I'm going to try something different, actually. I'm going to do this entire thick piece. I'm going to do this entire thing. Maybe that will work. It'll be a bit stronger. and then I can trim it down. Maybe I'll give this a try and see if I can do it without having to worry about stabilizing the center, because that would be nice. Sand the corner off first. Yeah, I could sand the corner off first. I think the other problem is, honestly, I used the square carbide, and I've never used the square carbide before, but I wanted to see how it works. So I think I caught a piece in there too. Oh, dude, no worries. It's not heartbreaking at all. I had more of it that I had done too, because I didn't know how it was going to go. But Johnny, I think I'm going to do exactly that. Actually, I think I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to take this over to the bandsaw, and I'm actually going to trim the corners back, just so it's not so aggressive. You know what I mean? I'm going to cut the corners off there. So give me 1 sec, because that's going to help, I think, quite a bit. All right. So I think that'll make a bit of a difference. All right, let's give this a shot. That's exactly what I just did, Mark. I just cut them off on the bandsaw. That way I got a bit more of a round surface that I'm starting with. And then what I'll do, I'll figure it out, but once I get this thing rounded, I got to make it thinner, but maybe I can do that once it's round by putting it back into my chuck and trimming the edges. Maybe that's a good way to try this one, but we'll see. So let's see how this looks. Actually, it looks a lot more secure. So is more hammer than a fine tool. Yeah, so I used the square carbide. I've never used the square carbide on rings before. I've only ever used the round, and I have really good luck with this one, so I just decided to go back to it. I just got to tighten that up a little bit. There we go. So let's give this a try. Let's see how this does. Just want to see how that's coming out. Hey, bud. Yeah, hang on. What's up? There we go. Now, look at that. Look at that freaking burl. I love it. Although I do suspect this is going to be really difficult to do as a ring.
You're making a burl ring?
Yeah.
That's gonna be
I want to try it. Yeah, what's up?
Look at diesel piston.
Oh, cool.
As you turn this, it actually shows how it pumps.
Oh, that's cool.
Has 2 valves.
You want to show it?
Sure.
Well, you'd have to come over on this side. My son made something really cool out of Lego. None of the traditional tools? Nice.
This is a Lego piston engine. It describes how a diesel engine works. As you turn this crank, the orange...
Can you turn the crank from the back? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
But it shows the pistons moving.
Yeah, he made that piston in there. It was pretty cool.
There's 2 valves. And a little turbine.
You got the valves in there too. That's awesome.
And a little turbine.
Very cool, buddy. Okay. Love it, bud. All right. Love you too. So I'm still not 100% sure on if this is going to hold out. Luckily, if it doesn't, I have lots more. Oh, hi, Jeff. How are you? Probably notice I'm taking very light passes because I'm trying to be as gentle as I can with this. I want to see how thick it is right now. Yeah, Legos are really cool. So you see how thick it is right now? That's actually pretty good. I don't want to go much thinner than that, I don't think. But it looks pretty cool, right? I mean, look at that. That's all cherry burl. So it's held, which is good. Not a chance. Can I put this back in the chuck? Because I'll break it. So I'm going to probably try my diamond carbide to do the edges on this. I'm not going any thinner though. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch over to the diamond one. I want to see if I can actually get this. If this thing blows apart, I don't really care. I've got lots more burl, so I'm not too worried about it. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that. Same, Dan. Really appreciate that. No doubt. You haven't been in the shop in a bit. Absolutely. I'd be the same way, itching to get back in. Okay. Move this back a little. I'm going to have to gradually stop and tighten this up because I'm shaving it down. I just want to see if I can get this to work. You're learning that way counts. Yep. See, as I go, it's loosening off because I'm trimming the edges, right? So it's gradually getting smaller. That's exactly what I want. And so I'm just going little bit by bit. It's working. Slowly but surely, it's freaking working. We're getting there. Hey, Johnny, welcome back. We are almost freaking there. Almost. Men's ring too, so it's going to be a little thicker. I'm okay with that. All right, that's pretty good, I think. Now let's have a look at this. Show you guys how freaking small this thing is. So compare it to my ring. It's actually pretty good to give you an idea of size. So this is pretty good. What I'm going to do is put this on here because we're going to sand and CA finish this. I just got to sand the edges. Oh, that sucks, Jeff. Phil Anderson. I'll have to have a look. Yeah, that is thin, Dan. So here, I'll put the gauge on it so you guys can see how thick this is. So we'll go like this. We are 2.13 millimeters thick. That's how thick this is. And this is just stabilized cherry burl. Not, I guess it's not technically stabilized because all I did was inject it with some CA glue. So it's, I mean, it's kind of stabilized. Okay. So now we're going to sand this. Get it nice and smooth. And take the edges off. All right, let's go to 320. Missed the last project? Yeah, I'll show you in a sec. Or are you talking about missed the last episode of Phil Anderson? All right, that's pretty good. I'm going to go up a little bit higher, up to 1,500, and then we're going to do our seat. That really sucks, Jeff. It's always sad to hear that. All right, so that is sanded up to 1,500. So now we're going to do the CA finish. And we're going to do the CA finish the exact same way you do a pen. All right, we're almost there. And I will say I'm very happy because this held together. I was not sure if it was going to. Okay, just one more for good measure. So like I said, when it comes to the cherry burl, I have lots more pieces that I can make rings out of. Like I have tons upon tons of different blanks I can use for it. So I just really wanted to give this a try. So I'm going to take this off of here. And just I want to make sure there's not too much of an excess CA finish, which there's not. So I'm just going to kind of sand down the sides here a bit, make sure they're smooth. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use some of this grit finish, and then I'm going to use a wax on it. Just to smooth it out. Not going to take very much. Make a ring with a cherry burl. Thanks, but I appreciate that. And yeah, you just can do it. The rings are not like they're not incredibly hard. It's just a lot of really fine detail more than anything. I just wasn't sure if the burl would hold. That was my big thing. I didn't know if it would hold. Okay, so I think we're done with that one. So I'm just going to loosen that off because, oh no, I don't need to get the grit on the side. Never mind. We'll just move to the next one. Microfine. Hey, Chase, how are you, man? What's shaking today? All right, there we go. Let's get this microfine grit rubbed in. This should give this a glass finish. And then I'm going to do on this is I'm going to do a microcrystalline wax. Help seal it. Trying to get caught up? Nice. All right, come on. If you can see the shine on that, I'll show you. But sanded it up to 320. and then use the regular and then microfine like an abrasive grit, like a Yorkshire grit. Turkey hangover. I love turkey hangovers. Okay, so you can see it so far. Okay. It's not done, but that is it so far. Next, it's going to get the wax put on to help protect it. It's going to get the grit out of here. There we go. Okay, very good. All right, give that a second, and then we're going to buff it out. And we're going to buff it out with a microfiber cloth. So in theory, this is going to make it pop like freaking crazy. So in the meantime, double tap that screen, grab a subscription to the channel if you want. Helps out huge. Even a membership. All right. Was definitely like a glass finish. That's beautiful. Something so small takes so much time, eh? Because of it being so intricate. But it's worth it. All right. I think we're done. Holy crap. Yep, we're done. Oh, man. Wait till I show you this. Okay, so I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. Okay, there we go. Freaking hair's a mess. There we go. Okay, so look at this. That might be hard to see. Hopefully, it'll focus on it a little. Cherry burl ring. So it actually turned out pretty good. And perfectly sized. So it's a little thick, but it does work. So that is really freaking cool. I love the character in that. So yeah, definitely very shiny, but it's amazing. Anyways, so you would wear that? Nice, Jerry. That's awesome. It works really well. So I always try to aim for a comfort fit where it's curved on the inner edges. I didn't do that with this one. I wish I had, but it's already thin. Like it's only just over 2 millimeters thick, so it's already really thin. It's absolutely beautiful. This is a glass finish. Like this is a glass finish for sure. Now for not a chance of a nose ring. Oh, that's funny, Jeff. All right, I'll show you guys the other ones here. So this is the one I did before. It is kind of like a tabletop Christmas tree thing made out of walnut. It's not bad. I like it. It's cute. First one I made on the lathe. I didn't get the shapes exactly the way that I would want it, but now I know for next time. And I do have another piece of this. So that's a little Christmas tree. And then this is kind of like a Christmas decoration. This is the first one I did. Really nice, really well figured cherry because it's got part of the burl end. What do you want to make your wife, Jeff? You mean a ring or like a Christmas tree? Anyways, this thing and I all finished with tried and true. So this is this piece is really nice. So these are going to get some strings, and these are going to hang up on the tree. Right. So super excited about that. This one here, I love the walnut. It really, really darkened. But once that that dries, that'll lighten up a little bit. But it's pretty cool. So yeah, 3 things made today. Oh, turn her a Christmas tree. That'd be nice. And that's exactly what this was for, to give to my wife. I'm probably going to make a bigger one, because this is pretty cool. But if it's going to be a tabletop decoration, I'd like it to be a bit beefier at the bottom. And this was about all the diameter that I had, so I had to taper it in from there. But I still wanted it to be tall, so it's kind of like tall and narrow, and then it curved up at the top. But in any case, so that is that's today's projects. Right? It's about, what are we at? Oh, we're almost 3 hours in. So oh, you want to teach her to turn one? Oh, that'd be cool. I was gonna say, I figured you probably made them before. I'm gonna head out of here because it is Saturday and it's nice and bright outside, even though it's cold. But thank you so much for being in here. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Grab a membership if you want. It really, really helps the channel out. If you wanted to grab one of those, really, really appreciate it. They're not expensive either. They're pretty cheap, and it really helps the channel out. Outside of that, yeah, grab a subscription. Bunch of other videos on there, and typically try to do turning about once a week. I did it yesterday and today, which is pretty cool. So if you haven't yet, go check out yesterday's projects. They were a lot of fun. Outside of that, I'm going to bounce out of here. Check out the other channels that are in here. 2-minute tips for wood turners, 77 rockets, whacking shack, Joseph the Carpenter, all kinds of really good channels in here. Make sure to go check everybody out. Thank you so much, everybody, for being in here. Really appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Ciao. See you guys.